Hello, all, and we are almost here at New Year's. I can't believe that the premiere that I set up did not play. Hopefully, everybody can hear me here. This is obviously an impromptu setup, not really a real studio setup like I would like it to be, but it'll do as we go ahead and at least try to bring in the new year with at least the West Coast New Year. Let's at least do that. Let me go ahead and adjust the lighting. The lighting's all bad. I hate it. Okay, there we go. There we go. I like that. Shout out to everybody out there. I appreciate you guys tuning in to. I had a premiere set up. I don't know why it didn't play correctly, but here goes the troubles of live streaming. So, with that being said, I'm trying to get a couple things up here so we could at least count down the new year coming up here momentarily. Let me grab some things here. Okay, we're looking good. Let's see. All right, so it is Happy New Year's to all those on the East Coast, in the Central Time Zone, in the Mountain Time Zone. It is already 2025 for you guys. And we are awaiting the last 7 minutes here before we go ahead and bring in the New Year's here on the West Coast. So, figure we could at least do that. Want to thank everybody for coming on in, everybody who came and showed up. I will be replaying the show that I tried to air tonight. I'll just air it tomorrow sometime. So, look for that. I don't know why it didn't come through, but welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in. Woo Riders DG, thanks for coming in. Cool Arrow, thanks for coming in. Cody Eiler, thanks for showing on up. Cal Snyder, thanks for coming in. Karen in the Woo Train, I see you out there. Happy New Year's. Thanks for coming in. The West H, Cypher 75, thanks for coming in. Grant Tavius Max. Yes, let me try to get the link posted in the chat here. Give me just a minute. We do have about 6 minutes left until the new year. Let me put that in the chat for you. Just a moment. Literally set this up last minute. Couldn't help but at least jump in with you guys for a minute here. And let's see. Okay, copy that. Okay. Okay. Right now it's the never-ending feedback here. We got about 4 minutes 58 seconds left until New Year's, till we bring in a new year. What are we doing here for this new year? What are your plans? What are your resolutions? What do you hope for? A lot of cool stuff happened in 2024, and I hope everything worked out for everyone for 2024. What else do we got? Like I said, Cool Arrow, trying to get down the list here. Hillbilly Herb, Deidre C, Audio, Christine Lynn, Woo Riders DG, said you Paranormal Road Trippers. What's up? What's up? Merle says Happy New Year's. We appreciate you, Merle. Thanks for popping in. Roger Blair, Lex Diaz, Witness Protection, Tim James. Thanks for the email earlier, Tim. That's how I found out that it wasn't working out over there. So appreciate it. Yeah, Christine, Jessica S. If you guys have drinks, some of you don't drink. I know that, and that is cool. But I might indulge in a little bit of something. I had a shot glass somewhere around. Okay, here it is, right here. Got a shot glass right here with some good stuff in it. Let me go ahead and bring up our guy here. Hopefully, everybody can hear me as well. Okay. We try to do it like this.
Oh, we got 3 minutes, baby.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Brent. And then that's our New Year's counter.
Yeah, 3 minutes, man. We got 3 minutes.
3 minutes left.
Oh, this is going to be so amazing.
Out with the old year, in with the new year.
Yes. Hopefully the new year brings everybody that's watching you and everybody that loves everybody else a great and fantastic new year. This is going to be amazing. 2025 here we come.
Yes, and now I'm sending a link over on Facebook Messenger at the request of Tim James. That has been sent.
Awesome. This is going to be an awesome show. Oh, we're 2 minutes and 23 seconds. This is going to be great. Or 12, 11.
Yeah. You know, we had an awesome show last year. And also thank you for the awesome super chat there. We do appreciate carrying in the Woo train, showing love here on this fantastic New Year's Eve, almost a new year. We won't be doing this again for another 12 months. And, you know, we had some predictions from last year, and then maybe I can get into some of that after we do the countdown. But I definitely appreciate everybody who's able to show up for showing up. I'm on this little weird camera, so my angles are all crazy and wrong, but we're going to make it work.
Now you look good, my man. You always look good.
Appreciate you. Okay. JSCO77, I see you out there. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, raise your glasses for the West Coast. That's to Mothman. I'm with that right here.
Tim, love you, brother. I got to hang out with him in Reno. Great guy. I think I have a drink somewhere. Well, we'll use this. Okay, that'll work. All right. Give me a second. I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will work.
Got about 45 seconds here. 40 seconds till we get to this new year. It's almost here, guys. Let's do it. Let's get it in. I hear fireworks outside the studio here tonight. Maybe firecrackers and yeah, maybe some arsenal going off out there too.
Yeah, there is in my neck of the woods. There's a lot of arsenal going off. So
all right, here we go.
Here we go.
10 seconds to go, guys. Here we go. Let's bring it in. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year's to everyone. Happy New Year's. As I take my shot, thank you for bringing in this New Year's with each other. It's always a great thing to do. I'm so glad so many people were ready to do this with us. So let me take my shot. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Woo. Okay.
I don't know how long that chilada has been sitting in the fridge, but it's been a while.
Nice and frosty. Happy New Year's, Teresa Lynch. Saying Happy New Year from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Awesome.
Happy New Year's, Witness Protection. I see you out there. Happy New Year's, Lex Diaz. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, Woo Riders. Catch Tongue, Happy New Year's. To Markman, Happy New Year's. Christine, Happy New Year's. Christine Lynn, Happy New Year's. Cool Arrow, Free Diddy, Happy New Year's. Deidre C, Happy New Year's. West H, Happy New Year's. Kai Schneider, Happy New Year's. Hillbilly Herb, Happy New Year's. Lars Jansen, Happy New Year's.
Oh, this is great. Oh, even my dogs are saying Happy New Year's.
JSCO. Hey, pups. Happy New Year's, pups.
I got a daughter over here, too, but she's hiding out. She's right there.
Oh, it's okay. You're on live. Happy New Year's, youngin'. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's, he says, baby girl. Oh, I'm told to leave her alone.
Oh, I know
the life
that
of an 11-year-old.
Exactly. Deidre C. Feliz Año Aloha Dave. Aloha Dave is in Mexico, so Feliz Año from Aloha Dave. Keeping us bilingual on this New Year's. 2025 is here. It's here. No more 2024. Get it out your heads. Whatever happened or didn't happen in 2024 is long gone now. Now it's time to blaze a path for the new year, set resolutions that we will attempt and try to meet, and hopefully you definitely meet those. I am one that feels like we can manifest those things. Maybe we can talk about manifesting, man, because there's a lot of people who don't, who feel like their resolutions weren't met last year, and I feel for those people. All you could do is keep putting out that great energy into the world, and at the end of the day, I feel like when you put good energy out there, it comes back to you. And so I would hope that would happen for you this year. So yes, Happy New Year's to everybody out here. Yeah, that's definitely not fireworks. That was definitely artillery fire right outside my studio. So be safe out there and be sane with, I kind of want to go out there and do the same thing, but I'm not. I'm going to be responsible, sit here, do a show with you guys, have a drink, and do some more of that. I know Tim James might be coming on as we send Tim the link as well. Anyone else? You guys are all welcome to come on and say something for the new year. If you would like, the link is in the chat. It is pinned at the top of the chat. And if you want to come in and just kind of, get the year started with some good feelings, good spirits, I'd be open to that. I'd be totally open to that.
Here's something cool for everybody, too. For anybody in the PNW, I'm going to go outside just to give you a look around. Actually, let me go this way. There we go. I don't know if you can hear it. I hear thousands of fireworks.
Yeah, it's a lot going on out here. I don't in my city, they over other cities I've been in, they, for whatever reason, the fireworks, they're a lot more active here. I don't know what the laws are on that in California. I thought they were pretty strict, but apparently not in the city that I live in. So,
well, I'm in Oregon. I'm in Southern Oregon, and the laws are a little bit different here. And they say no fireworks, no mortars, and then you set them off and nobody shows up. It's been like that for years. I mean, it's a little foggy out there and I can still see them out my window. And I'm looking across the lake, but it doesn't matter where you are. Anybody that wants to have fun, I mean, it's the New Year's. Let's enjoy it. Welcome to 2025. I mean, we got Rob G in the house. And he is amazing, absolutely amazing. Thank you for allowing me to be on this.
Oh man,
dude, this is so glorious of a moment.
Anytime, Grant, you call. And here's what you didn't know. See, this is we have a show that will be airing on SOR, and probably I pushed it back by like an hour, but it's from a few years ago. And I want to say you're in that episode, Grant. I think you're like featured fully in that episode. So that'll be playing about an hour from now
Oh, that'd
on
be great.
SOR. Yep. Got to
So,
set up. Hopefully, it doesn't have a technical difficulty like my other one did. I don't know what happened there. I uploaded both videos at the same time, and for whatever reason, mine's didn't show. I don't know if someone flagged it. I don't know what happened, but
I'm just too ugly, man. That's what it is. I'm sorry. I'm just not as good looking as you are.
Beautiful soul, beautiful soul.
That's all I got is a beautiful soul. I saw you in Vegas, or not Vegas, but Reno, man, and I gotta say this: it's I've never felt more like family. And the first moment I saw you, you're so. Anybody that wants to go to like the Vegas parties or the Reno parties where we all show up at, and I make my appearances when I can. I've had a lot going on, so I was only making it there for 24 hours, but I did it. And the first moment I saw Rob, I was like, "That's my brother. That's my guy right there. That's I love you, man, and you do so
Same.
great a work, and you the leaps and bounds. I want to say that there's no baby steps with you, man. You just do what you do, and you do it magnificently. And I love you, man. Like
Thank you.
you're a brother from another mother. That's all I consider you.
That
If you ever need anything,
same.
you let me know.
Same exact sentiment on my end. Man, I came up, when I was sifting through ufology, never considered being a host, and you were one of the guys that I was looking at, on doing the show. You know what I mean? And I always admired your style of presenting and doing the show. I always thought, this guy has it, especially over, others that have done it. You were for me right there. You know what I mean? And the invitation for you has always been open to come
It
in,
is.
joining me, and doing all sorts of things. And we'll work it out when it happens.
And here's a little sneak peek on my 2025 year. Um, I have a couple things I have to work through, and it's not official. I mean, I know you know the history of what's going on with me at the moment, and it is what it is. And but there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Let's just put it that way. And there's going to be a moment for me where I'm able to at least further assist you in any way that you need me. So I mean, I would be more than happy to. I'm just happy to be your friend. Like I think that's phenomenal to me, and the fact that you allow me to come on here every now and then and join you is just amazing to me. And I love you and Dave and everybody in SOR. It doesn't matter who you are. I mean, I know everybody, but I mean, they're family to me. So it's you guys have had a lot of endurance and patience with me, and I will facilitate. I can't say too much, but I will come in and Dave and I will talk soon. He tried to call me not too long ago, and I'm still having a rough time. But hey, it's 2025. Those rough times are in the past,
Yes,
and it's
sir.
time for us to get a little bit closer. It'd be great.
That's right. That's right. And will you be in Vegas this year? Do you know for sure yet?
Oh, I can ride to Vegas, no problem. Yeah,
Okay.
Vegas
Okay.
isn't that far. I mean, if I can pay a couple $100 and be there in an hour and a half, it's Vegas. I just I have to be very careful in Vegas because I'm a little bit of a partier. So I if I have the right. Oh, you remember when you were in high school and you had to go
Oh
somewhere and you
God.
always had the parents that had to be there with you. So
Yes.
if I had I forgot what they call that. But if I had one of those people with me, I'd be okay, and I'll
Hey
be down
God.
there.
We I think we have some trouble here backstage. I gotta let me move some things around so we can see what's going on. I hear some ruckus in the back. I'm not sure what it is. So we'll have to take a look here. Let me get you out for a minute, Grant. Grant, you're there. And I looked backstage and I saw these guys. I don't know who they are or why they're here.
Let me tell you something there, Rob G.
Oh,
You've
no.
been insulting us for a long freaking time. And let me tell you, those days are over in 2025. They're over. Fantastic. Give it to them. Oh, let me tell you, that beard, 2025, it's coming off. It's coming off. That's right. That pinky dinky, bye-bye. You grow chin hair like a woman.
Who are these guys? Who let
My
these
grandma
guys in?
has better chin hair than you.
I didn't send these guys the link, Grant. I don't know who these guys are.
You've been insulting us for a long time, sweet Robbie G. And payback's a bitch sometimes, especially going into 2025.
They're like knockoff Nacho Libre. Nacho Libre.
You're a sick individual.
Let
me tell you, that little Timmy James left his phone sitting on the counter, and he's off playing with the girls. So I grabbed it, and I'm talking to Robbie G. And yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. You give it to him. Well, he's the kind of guy who puts clean dishes in a dirty dishwasher. Oh. Well, all I gotta say, guaranteed he never washes between his toes. Let's try this without revealing my identity.
I wish we could have left you guys back in 2024, man. Can't believe you guys.
Happy New Year, Robbie.
I guess we'll toast.
Love you guys.
No, we don't love those guys. We love Dave and Tim.
Dave and
but
Tim are
they
not
are
here.
not Dave and Tim.
Yeah.
And Merle, don't forget.
Haggises. You're just going to have to deal with us. They eat haggis. Well, anyway, you have a great night, Robbie G. Love the show. Everybody that's there, you better frickin' subscribe. Subscribe, you puny pukes. Never mind riding the coattails. Jump in and support our buddy Robbie G. Hit that subscribe button because even though he doesn't deserve it, he's one of us. Yeah, remember that. That's right. Have a good night, my friend. Happy New Year, fuckers.
Yeah, Happy New Year's, I guess. Thanks for showing up. That was, guys, yeah, not expected. Not expected. You know, those guys are usually a-holes and they pop up every now and then over on SOR, as you know. That would be El Avni Volador and El Fantasmo, who are not, by the way, Dave Scott and Tim James. Are not. We've officially made that clear. So that was awesome. Yeah, that was an awesome drop cameo appearance. So anyone else, you guys are all welcome to come on in. Obviously, El Avni and Phantasmo are having a great time. They're having shots wherever they are in the world. And for those who don't drink, I'm going to have one for you. I normally don't, and normally keep my drinks off of stream. But tonight, my friends,
that's a different story.
Tonight's a different story. Tonight's a different story. Wes Decker says, I think I need therapy now. Yeah, I feel you, Wes Decker. Appreciate you. Happy New Year, Rob G. Happy New Year right back to you, Wes Decker. It's insane, but it's all love. You know what I mean? And that's the, I guess, something you can look forward to in 2025 as far as these broadcasts go. Raising the bar. That's one thing that I'm always about, and bringing what the fans want, bringing the entertainment that the fans want, you know, keeping the fans compelled, giving them value for their time, because time is money. And that's why I appreciate the time that you guys spend with us, regardless if you super chat or not, regardless if you have memberships or not. Just your time itself is valuable. And you know, I want this to be an even trade where you're getting value and while you're giving me your value. And it's just awesome that you guys show up and are committed to, you know, being a part of the conversation. So I think that's awesome. Christine has the right idea talking about hit that like button tonight. We would appreciate that. That would be so awesome. I don't know. That was wild. I didn't think they were coming through. I didn't know they were coming through. I wonder who else is coming through tonight. Anyone else is welcome to hop up on stage. Bigfoot Dwarf, you can come in at any time. Lovey love. You guys are no strangers to coming up on stage. Jessica S. Christine. Tamontman and your goatee, sir. We are totally open to having you come up here. Huh? Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are.
Can you hear me? You can hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see.
Sideways. That might make
Poncho Zork approves. Luchador extraordinaire. This is what they're saying about El Avni. El Avni Flopador and El Flatulento. Mi nombre es la bruja de las cómicos. Okay, let's see.
What do you say? Gracias ti mismo mucho? Which is literally the weirdest way of saying thank you very much.
This is Dr. Love. Dr. Love is trying to keep us bilingual too, talking about mi nombre es la bruja de las cómicos. All
right.
Yeah, let us know what that is, Lovey Love. I know some Spanish, but not a whole lot.
Love's on watching tonight, huh? Hey, happy New Year's, Love.
Yes, Dr. Love is definitely in the building. She is always here, and we love her for that. And let's see. What's with the fog everywhere, Sherry Ives said. Where are you at, Sherry? I would like to know. It is sort of foggy out here in California. Bakersfield is where I'm at currently. Let's see. Let's see. What else do we have here? Scrolling through your comments, guys. Yep. It is 3:16 out there. I know I missed you guys, Dr. Love. I missed you guys because I thought the premiere was playing, and once I realized that it wasn't, I couldn't let the night end like that. So therefore, here we are.
Great place to be.
It is actually. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did it. And yes, J True Seeker, this is being aired on Spaced Out Radio as well as the Social Dig simultaneously. So you can, wherever you watch it from is fine with me. As long as you watch it, I'm okay. No matter where you watch it from. Let me see.
I watch it on my big screen in the living room. In fact, if you want to see something funny, let's do this. So the only way I can watch what everybody's saying is by literally watching it.
Yeah, you have. So you've activated it on the left side. I mean, right side, right? Live chat. Yeah. Some people didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you can activate it on your TV, and I don't know. My TV has this weird remote that can act as a cursor, and I can actually respond, but it's so slow that it doesn't work. So what I do is I pull it up on the big screen, and then I can respond to my phone, which makes it much quicker. But I mean, if I had my computer setup still going, if you notice, and don't mind the mess, everybody. I mean, it's New Year's, right? I have kids and dogs and everything, but you'll see the 3 screens over there. Those 3 screens used to be mine and the camera, and that whole area has changed. That used to be the studio section of the house, and now it's my wife's. Well, she's a doctor, so yep, there it is, right there. You guys can see it. And but anyways, she took it over, and now she does her doctor stuff, whatever they do. And but that 3 of those screens are mine. The camera's mine. I still have all the equipment, so, and I even have sound equipment and everything. So it'll be used. We'll just say that.
What did you have? Going into the topic, the thing that brings us all together. What was your view of 2024? How did you feel about it, and what do you hope for 2025?
Oh man, personally, 2024 was a 2024 was a trial for me. It was something that I didn't foresee, and I'm the believer that when one door closes, many open. So it was a growing period, and I had a lot of growing pains, and there's a lot of life lessons in 2024. For 2025, I think that this is going to be a breath of fresh air, so to speak. Not only for myself, but for the world. I think that we're starting to open up, and we are having I wouldn't say, how do I say this? More of an internal awakening, so to speak. Not religious, but more. Everybody has their own way of wakening up, and I think that 2025 is going to be something that we're going to prosper. There's going to be a lot of changes, and I am a Sagittarius. I was born on December 7th, and I think that as a Sagittarian, born on December 7th, with 2025, the awakening, I'm a soul traveler. This is going to be a great year for us, for all of us, and I feel it coming. I feel that. I'm not an empath or anything weird like that. I'm just a dude that goes through life and has challenges like everybody else. But I think 2025 is going to be something pretty significant for everybody. There's a lot of answers that we're needing, and I think they're going to come this year. For anybody that believes or knows that UFOs and aliens and all this, what we've been talking about for years. I think that this is the year that we're going to get much closer to the truth. I also think that our third eye is going to be opening this year. It's going to be a marvel. I mean, the changes that are happening, even as we speak, before 2025, before tonight, we are on a path of just. This is going to be an exhilarating ride. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be with you guys, and I love every single one of you. And it's going to be fun. Let's enjoy it together. I mean, as brothers and sisters in this world, that's what we got.
True facts, true facts. So we now have someone new to the stage, Deidre C. in the building.
Hi.
Deidre.
Hello, everybody from very tropical Vancouver Island. I have some sisters and some SOR brothers and sisters who live close by. So I'm just wishing everybody a super duper happy 2025. I am so freaking happy that 2024 is over. And thank you, Rob G, for giving us all a really amazing space to get together and to celebrate the love and the good vibes for 2025.
It is my pleasure, Deidre C, and I do appreciate you. I want to let you know I appreciate you.
Totes appreciate you, and I think I got my outfit for Vegas today.
So you are going. Okay, confirmed.
Well, I'm not super duper confirmed yet, but I'm putting it out into the air and manifesting it. And I turned 55 in March, so I'm like super duper excited to just have something to look forward to. And I found out that my passport's still valid, so I mean, who could go wrong with that?
That's right. Other than Dave Scott, who seems to lose his just all the time. I don't know how you do that.
I'm sure he travels, and I've
Well,
never been to Vegas before. But anyways, I'm gonna get off and get back into chat, which is
no,
where I feel most
no.
comfortable. But thank you
Stay here
guys
for a
so
second.
much.
Not
Stay
yet.
here
Nick.
for a
Could
second.
you answer the one question?
Yes.
Okay, because I see you in the chat all the time. I know you're tuned into the subject. What
Yes.
for you in 2024? What was the biggest moment for ufology for you in 2024?
Oh, well, you know, I was talking to Tim Mothman one day. We were on chat, and there was like this huge, and Tim Mothman, I think it's lenticular cloud. We were talking, and there was just this cloud, and you know, not since like maybe 5 years before. There's a place called Cassidy Airport, and I swear there's UFOs all over that area. But I was talking, and I just got this really, really weird feeling that, you know, of being watched, of this presence. And yeah, it was really cool. I took pictures of it, and we were just like, you know.
Okay, and then 2025, and then Grant has a question for you. 2025, where do you see this going? What do you hope for in relation to UFOs, and then maybe something not related to UFOs?
Okay, well, and those are great questions, you know, because I think everybody has a different perspective, and everybody sees things differently from, you know, their own reality, so to speak. I think that there's a lot of stuff going up in the skies, although I haven't witnessed it personally, right where I'm living on Vancouver Island in Canada, British Columbia, but I know it's close by. And, you know, I do think that we're getting closer. We're getting closer to something really firm, something that we can grasp onto, so to speak. And all these drones and things like that. I mean, it must be very unnerving for people to just look up in the sky and just go, what is that? You know?
And then
So
not
I
get
hope,
answers.
yeah, I hope that everybody can get answers, you know,
That's right.
and that it can be positive.
That's right. And Grant, you had something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were talking about lenticular clouds. Where are you seeing those
Grant.
exactly?
Pardon me?
Where are you seeing those exactly?
Well, I live in a place on Vancouver Island called the Cowichan Valley.
I know where that's at.
Pardon me?
I know where that's at.
Yeah. Okay, so really close to the Cowichan River.
Gotcha.
That's where I used to live, and now I'm up a little bit further in what they call North Cowichan. So I just moved at the beginning of this month. So yeah, I'm seeing less lights in the sky because I live in a more lit area. I was starting to see orbs and funny things just kind of flitting here and there and everywhere. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you ever been south into Oregon or
Yes,
southern Oregon?
yes, I have. I actually stayed for quite some time in Los Angeles when I was very, very young. I've
that's
driven
Southern California. I got you. Yeah. No, where I grew up, I was born and raised in California, and then I moved up to Oregon. I actually live within a stone's throw of Mount Shasta, and I have always lived around Mount Shasta.
Yeah, I love. When I've driven by Mount Shasta, man, it's just like it's otherworldly. It's amazing.
It catches your attention. It depends on if you drive by it, you're most likely coming down either a highway, which is 97, or you're going down the Interstate 5. And
I think I was on I-5.
Yep, and Interstate 5, you're going to see it. And but you got to understand, there's only been a couple of years of my life that I've been away from that mountain.
Oh.
And that was when I was over in Florida, which.
Oh wow.
Big story there, but I have seen 5-tier, and I'm not joking, 5-tier lenticular clouds on Mount Shasta.
Wow.
And they form within an hour. It's absolutely amazing. And
breathtaking.
So when you say Lynn taking the clouds, I'm like, oh, soul sister, I love you.
Yeah, I love you guys too. And Grant, thank you for mentioning that they do form one on top of each other, and I think that that's what gives them such a feeling of that sort of classic. Oh my goodness, my cat Tobias Indigo. Can you say hi?
Tobias, hey, welcome to the
Tobias
show.
fighting. Okay, now you're gonna get his rump roast. Okay, sit down, buddy. There we go. Okay, he's gonna be on. He's gonna be on SOR. He's gonna be
Okay,
super
I gotta
famous.
go get my puppy now.
There we
Yeah,
go.
here we go.
Happy New Year, Blob.
That's right.
Yeah, so those lenticular clouds when they're forming, they do look like it gives it the shape of a ship, like those old fashioned comics and what we grew up on, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
They're
exactly
they're
right.
beautiful to watch.
they are. They are. Oh, sorry.
It's all good, Deidre. See, I'm just so
Thank you
glad to
guys
meet
so
you
much.
and put a face to a name. So
Yes,
it's
Anateo.
always awesome with and a tail. It's always awesome when
Thank
it
you
happens.
guys
So
so
next
very
time
much.
I see you in the chat, I'm gonna see your
Yes.
face. I'm gonna hear your
Okay.
voice.
There we go. You'll
So
know
that's
who the
awesome.
heck I am.
Happy New
Yeah.
Year's, happy
And
2025, and I'll see
Happy
you
New
soon.
Year. And I just want to put a challenge out to everybody that lives on the island, the ferret, Sierra. If you can get to Las Vegas, that would be so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The more the merrier. I hope to see you all there.
exactly.
I will. I'm putting positive energy out there to have Deidre C there. I want
Yeah,
to see Deidre C in Las Vegas and
I
Grant.
want to go. Absolutely. Okay, guys, much love. And thank you for everything. You've been
Yep.
my family for this last year and just real salvation in the darker times. So thank you.
Awesome stuff. You have a good rest of your night and take care. We'll talk soon.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yep. That's what it's all about. That is exactly what it's all about. That's why we do this here. That's the reason why. I mean, there's no self-serving reason. It's always awesome when you can have someone that you just normally see in the chat be able to express themselves and let you know what it is that you mean to them. And it could be the smallest thing. It could be, in a day where they're not having such a great day and they're able to tune you in. And for whatever reason, it makes things better for the moment. You know what I mean? Always awesome stuff, man. And that's why I love hearing from the viewers, because I think everybody has a unique story and reason why they connect with what it is that we do on Spaced Out Radio. Awesome. And Grant, you're part of that. I'm picking up after hours after you, sir. You were doing this before me.
Well, I appreciate you so much for picking up that mantle. Like I had, there was just things happen, and I couldn't imagine any other person besides you. Like you were better than me in so many ways, and I appreciated everything that you do. When I had to lay down and say, "Hey, I have things I have to take care of," you picked up that fire and you ran with it, man. Like you did things I couldn't even do. Like I don't have the ability to do. And I appreciate you so much for continuing on with whatever this is that we always talk about, the thing that sparks the imagination, and what's going on in the media and in the Senate, and you're there for that. And you have a presence about you. For anybody that hasn't met Rob G, by the way, in person, you need to do so. You think he's cool on TV? You just wait until you meet the man. He is absolutely amazing. And I hate to say it, but because I don't want to embarrass you, but he's a cuddle bear. He is an amazing man, and as soon as you see him, give him a hug, because I love you, man. You're absolutely freaking amazing. I'm not going to be like El Avni and say fucking, but I mean,
I gotta say the same, man, about you, Grant. And this is and look, when I talk about this, my girl calls it a bromance. She was like, "Oh, it's a bromance." I was like, "Man, it's just when you have individuals, and I think what Spaced Out Radio does is it brings in a lot of like-minded people that mesh with each other, and it's an automatic thing. So, if you find yourself in that position, it's likely that you are going to have that feeling for the other people that are involved as well. And I've seen this, and I look at each individual that is a part of it, and I feel the same way about each person. I tell Tim James, who is not El Phantasmo, by the way, I tell Tim James all the time, he's a new guy, but I feel the same way about him as well. I mean, it's like you can tell when people care about people. And I think that's the biggest part. When you have people that care about people, there is that's where you want to be. They always say, you want to surround yourself with people that are the same as you or doing better than you. And I think that's what I feel when I get here in this group of people, and that extends into the chat, because as every person, I do a call-in show on my channel where people do exactly as Deidre did, come on stage and talk. And I swear every time that I meet someone face to face, it's like, yeah, exactly. That's why you're here. That's why you tune in. Exactly. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's that it's one of the senses that we have as human beings. As we talk about the five senses, and we probably have way more than that. It's one of those unspoken, unseen senses that brings us together to do this. And it's crazy. And here's the thing. Some people, if you're outside of ufology and they hear you say that, they automatically want to go to make points on why ufology is similar to a religion. I don't really feel like that, because the thing is that, yes, if you look at ufology, there is a portion of this field where you have the people who are running shows or platforms, and they have egos about themselves where they need to be the supreme being, the supreme entity within the conversation. That is not at all how we present what we do here at Spaced Out Radio. We're just, I'm an audience member. I consider myself as an audience member.
I can't believe you said that. Oh my gosh. Oh man. See, that's the reason why I love you so much, because I will literally, oh God, it's funny that you say this, because when I was on the show and I would get on there and I would talk, I still thought of myself as an audience member, because you literally are. We are all new to this subject, and all the updates that happen, we're all new to that. You watch the Senate, you watch, Lou Elizondo a few weeks ago, where he was talking, and whatever heads up, they're questioning him in the Senate and stuff, and we're all the same people. We are all the audience. I love you for that, man. I have thought that for so long. Oh, that's why I love you, man. Uh-oh. Are you all right? Hold on. Let me do this. Nope, not me.
Hear me?
Oh, there you are.
Okay. So,
not yet. Here, let me put myself on mute and see if that helps. If I can.
They're saying I'm having it.
Rob's having audio issues. Can you guys hear me okay? There's some interference, Rob. Uh-oh. I can see you moving and talking, but I can't hear you. All right, Christine, thanks. I know you can hear me now. Can everybody hear Rob? Oh no. So he must have just shut down the audio feed. So let me turn myself sideways. Oh, there he is.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Nice. Okay.
Don't leave me, man.
No, I was gonna say what happened is yesterday, I went into Lou Jimenez's show, the Lou Reviews, and I consider Lou a friend, even though he is on the total opposite side of the conversation. But I'm one that says that this conversation isn't just for people within ufology. It's not. This conversation involves everyone, every single human being. So even someone who has never considered UFOs, this conversation involves them as well. So I went into that chat and I was kind of just a chatter. I was just a member of the audience giving my opinion and making some good points as well. And, one of the things that I want to do, resolution for 2025, 2024, I was supposed to get the regression. I didn't get to do it, didn't have time. So this year, for sure, I'm doing that. But I also want to put together, I want to have shows that are not
Oh no, we're losing you again.
Biased. Oh no.
We heard biased. Man, I need to buy you a new microphone. Oh, I can barely.
Okay.
I hear it every second.
Can you hear me now?
Wait. Yes. Try talking.
Okay, I think I have to toggle back and forth if it happens. Toggle, but no. So I was saying that the conversation has to it involves so many different people that it shouldn't ever be just ufologist audience, right? I feel like the audience should consist of people within ufology who are currently within also, because I think that's really when the conversation moves the needle. When we get
I'm losing it again. Oh goodness. I'll tell you what. If the whole ufology thing, and I hope everybody can hear me at least, and I think I get what you're saying. It is global. It is something that we're all going to deal with, whether you like it or not. Whether you're an Aborigine somewhere in the outback, or you're somebody in New York City or Dubai, where there's lights everywhere and you never see these spaceships because whatever. So the biggest thing is this is a multifaceted gem. This is a diamond that's in the shape of a sphere when you get far away from it, but when you get real close, it kind of looks like a soccer ball, and everybody lands on one of those facets. And I think in this particular situation, in fact, in all situations, I mean, because realistically, we're all stuck on the same planet. So we're all brothers and sisters in this, but we're all going to experience this in one way, shape, or form, whether we like it or not. And this is kind of one of those moments where it brings us all together. And who said it? Who was the one? We used to use it in the intro for Spaced Out Radio. It was it Carter or who heck? Gosh darn it, who was it? Who said if there was an alien threat, we would all come together. Well, you know what?
Ronald Reagan.
Yes, Ronald Reagan. That's it. Thank you. And it doesn't take that to come together, but guess what it's doing? Today, or well, yesterday, 2024, and today, 2025. So the whole year of 2024, we're having that something, that drones and orbs in the sky, and everybody's coming together. The Senate, the House of Representatives, even Joe Biden in the United States has said something about it. We know that Russia and China and Korea and all these other places have seen these things. We're not alone here, guys. We are all together. Doesn't matter what color you are, doesn't matter how you speak, whether it's what language, it doesn't matter. We're all from this earth. We were all made from it. We'll all go back to it. But we're all going to experience this together, and it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. Oh, I'm so excited. Like, I love 2025 because we're going to have fun together, but I'm going to get mad at this dog. Every time I get up out of my seat, he gets right in it. Get out. Move. Thank you. Gosh. Can't believe I paid for you.
Yeah. So hopefully you hear me better. I think because I didn't have it connected to power, that might have been an issue. Can you still hear me though, Grant?
Oh, I can hear you fine.
Okay, great. Yeah. So with that being said, you said that exactly correct. I mean, this is going to be. I mean, and we can't. One thing that I don't like or that I hate to hear is when people throw out dates about disclosure. And it's just a pet peeve of mine that once someone says a date, I kind of tune out at that point because it's like, there's nothing that is for certain within ufology. If there's anything that I've learned, you can't have the answer to something we don't have the answers for. So as far as any human being sitting on this planet having the answer or being able to sit up and assert themselves or present themselves as if they do, that's when we have issues here. So I know disclosure is coming. I don't know when it's going to happen. I feel like what we just went through, I don't know, it had rings of government psyop. It had rings of what even Stephen Greer was talking about with the false flag. That's when I was really tripping out because I've never been a false flag guy, but then the way it was playing out, it kind of mimicked what Steve Greer had been talking about all the time. And I'm sitting in my head saying, oh my God, was Stephen Greer right about this wild false flag operation? And I still don't feel that that's what this is. I don't know. What did you get out of the drone situation?
Oh man! So when it comes to Stephen Greer, though, if you noticed, he went on a whole bunch of podcasts really quickly. When I see that, I kind of look at that as capitalizing on a situation. Has the guy talked to presidents? Yes. Has he warned presidents? Yes. Does he have inside information? Most likely. I can't fault him. When I just watched what he had one 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that I watched with those two guys. He even was on, oh my goodness, let me think of it. David Spade and who was the other guy?
Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey, yes. He was even on their podcast. I can't remember the name of it. And I was just like, it's getting out there. That's what I took away from it. I've listened to Greer for many years. I remember 10 years ago, I was just diehard Greer. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy knows what he's talking about. And then I started doing my own studies on it, and I'm like, okay, wait, this guy is coming within an hour of me and doing the SETI programs on the mountain and charging $5,000 per person to get there. And I'm like, it cost me like $20 in gas, dude. I can be there right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I got a $20 laser off Amazon. I can do the same thing you're doing. But and I'm jesting. Like, I'm not trying to downplay what he's doing, but he has talked to influential people. He's talked to even Lou Elizondo and the president, which, I mean, that's no small people, no small feat. We don't know who these people that he's talked to, and the guy she was talking about Black Ops programs and these leaders, and in 2025 they're going to come out with all this stuff, and there's going to be whistleblowers, and it's wild. I have so much going on in my life, I can't really dig too deep into it. So do I hope that there's everybody thinks, oh, when's the government gonna have disclosure? The first time the Senate interviewed Commander David Fravor with, and it wasn't at that time, let's see, it was Commander David Fravor, David Grush, and who was the third person? I'll think about it, the other pilot.
Ryan Graves. Yeah.
Ryan Graves. Yep, that's exactly it. And what's funny is all three of these people have been on podcasts such as Joe Rogan. So, I mean, the reach is out there. You know, I mean, you have a lot of people that are listening to these guys. You have a commander who is a commander. So who does he report to? You know what I mean? And he's not going to lie or be dumb about it. Like, these are people that are vetted. And the Senate is asking them questions. At that point, I think our U.S. government is pretty much giving us the answers. Like, there is disclosure there. When the U.S. government says something like, or let's say you as a journalist want to go to whoever in the Senate or the government or even the military and says, do you have these biologics or these crashed wreckage? No. And they say no. They can actually not have to lie about it, because I personally don't think that the U.S. military or the government has any of these. I think it's places like, you know, Lockheed, Skunk Works, and all these aerospace programs and all these other ones that are actually just civilians, civilian companies that the government hires, and they're the ones that are doing the back engineering. They're the ones that are doing their own Black Ops programs, but they're not in the limelight like the government is. I mean, the government passes a bill and we all complain about it, or we all voted for it. I mean, you know what I mean? So, and then we start asking them questions. When you get a FOIA and you fill out the form and you're like, hey, I want a Freedom of Information Act. I want to be able to understand what this is. Well, they're not covered in that. So we're not hearing the truth. And that's, in my mind, that's where a lot of that's coming from. And so when you get a government official, or even, sorry, I looked at my phone and read, okay, I'm going to leave that. Hey, you need to switch your socks real quick so El Avni can get out of the conversation.
That's I would say mods go ahead and take care of that, but apparently he's tweeting through the Spaced Out Radio account.
Okay.
So we can't
Rob, I grabbed your left sock. Now hold on. Okay. I'm going to put it to your right. I'm going to grab your right sock and I'm going to put it to your left. There you go. All right. All fixed. How's your feet feel? Man, I can't hear you again. Oh, that might be me. How do I do this? Oh.
No, that's totally my here now.
There you are.
That's my
did. You sound like a
James
robot.
Harden.
Oh no. Ah. I can't hear you, brother. Oh no. Find my other earpiece. See if it's me.
Can you hear me at all?
There I can.
Okay, I'm on the computer mic now. So does it sound okay?
It sounds fine. It just sounds like you're in a bathroom, which is fine.
I don't like that. Okay.
Well, I mean, hey, it's 2025 from 2024. There's going to be struggles. There, what do we call that? Growing pains.
Yeah.
I love your hat, by the way. It matches your
Oh, thank
facial
you,
hair.
sir. Let me see.
God, I fucking hate it, but you're a good-looking dude. And you're a good-looking dude. Oh, here's my son.
Hey, gang.
Hey. Okay.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna try
Oh,
this again. Trying this again. Trying this again. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, so they
Holy
must
mackerel.
yeah, you're up in the mountains. Yeah.
Hey, no, I'm up in the mountains, but I mean, like it's snowing, and of course I'm just and it's slippery, but it's slippery because can you see my feet? No, maybe.
Oh shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there we go. Nobody wears shoes in the snow here, so we just use our feet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I gotta have one up on El Avni.
Yeah. They see that Dave Scott? He walks through the snow with bare feet, sir.
All day.
I tried that. I moved to Oklahoma for like about a year and a half, 2 years. And one day, I didn't know it snowed out there. One day, I wake up and it is completely covered with snow everywhere. So we go out there. California kids never been in the snow. We get out there, start throwing snowballs in t-shirts in just regular California attire. And I swear, by 5 minutes in, we were frozen solid. So I don't know how you are able to walk through the snow with bare feet, sir. That's amazing.
So I've lived in Klamath Falls, Oregon for holy crap. Who's this? Someone's coming down my street. Very rare. I own a very private property. Oh, it's my neighbors. I never see them. Hi, welcome to New York. Oh no, that's a. Anyway, so I've lived here. Let's see. When I left California. I was born and raised in Redding. I lived on Shasta Lake. I did everything on that lake, and then let's see. It was July 6th. No, July 3rd of 20 or 2001. That's right. Okay, so it's 109 in Redding, and my grandparents on my biological grandparents on my mom's side lived in Red Bluff, and it was like 113 that day. So I called my other grandparents up who lived up here in Klamath Falls, and I was like, "Hey, what's the temperature up there?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't know, like 79 degrees." I'm like, "Is there any jobs up there? Like, can I do what I do?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, no, you can build cars, sure, no problem." And there's a reason why it's ridiculous, dude. If I showed you my driveway right now, you would just shit yourself. But so I was like, cool, I'm coming up there. So I get up here on July 3rd. The next day, we go down to the lake, and there's these. We see the fireworks, and I get eaten alive by mosquitoes. I'm like, dude, what the heck is going on? And I got a very rare blood type. I'm type O negative, and so I guess the mosquitoes feel really like that. I'm like, this sucks, man. I'm like, okay, but I can build cars, and I don't have to put like debt or anything. I don't have to do catalytic converters. It can be straight pipe. This is great. To this day, I have like my truck, which you can't see really. It's right there, covered in snow, and but it's straight piped. It's a 7.3, diesel, and it's just meaner than snot. And I don't have to straight pipe it. The Cadillac right here, it's the only thing that has a catalytic converter in it because it's a brand new CT6. Like it's right. That's the only thing I have. And if I walk around my property real quick, like I can show you all this. And so I get up here, and I remember it turns, I don't know, December-ish, January-ish, and this white stuff comes barreling down out of the sky. And I was like, what the hell is that? It's cold. Like this stuff, it's I can make a scotch out of this. This is great. What is it? And my grandparents, because I called them, I'm like, what the hell is this? And they're like, that's called snow, son. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so then for the last, see here's the snow. For the last, oh God, I don't want to give away how old I am, but I mean, for quite a while, I've lived here, and you get used to the snow. And I'm still dressed in, I have a hoodie, and it has, guess who on it?
What was that? Oh yeah. I see him, big guy, the big guy.
Yeah, right. I got and then no shoes.
Dude, that is just mind blowing, man. I don't know how you do that.
You get used to it. Like, okay, so here, check that. This is the best part, right? So
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you the floor.
here's the tub, what do they call this? A jacuzzi. Yeah, in California they call this the pool, but this is much smaller than a pool in California. This is it's heated to 103, I think, something like that, and you sit in it, and we all sit in it in the wintertime for some reason. It's nice. The kids like it, and you can kind of consider them having a bath. But yeah, there it is. So there's the jacuzzi and the snow and my raw dog feet.
Dude, you are not human, dude. You are not human.
That's my son's screen name.
Oop, my
There
bad.
there.
You said that's your son's screen name, not human?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say, man, that hot tub looks pretty inviting, though, man. Yeah, Dr. Love has it right. You're Superman. That's why you're Superman.
You are more than welcome. If you are in Southern Oregon, in Klamath Falls, or anywhere around here, and Dave has this too, it does not matter. I have room for you. Period. Like what you're seeing right now, right? This behind me, I guess, is the house. Here's the front door and whatever, right? So if you walk into my house, can't do with this, but I have 1,500 square feet right here. Fuck it, I'll show you. So I don't give a tour of my house. I've never given a tour of my house on Spaced Out Radio, but it's dirty. Here's the stairs that go up to the actual living quarters. There's the music area, and then pool table, and you have yourself a living room, a 55 or 60 inch TV. Don't worry about the mess. The bar. So if anybody wants to drink and you show up, it's on me. And then, and then this is my sunroom. We will not go in there. It's ridiculous. Now I'm going to go up the stairs, and this is where I entertain my family, which is where you guys will see yourself. And it is Christmas, or it was. So here's my second living room. Here's me on TV because I'm watching it and whatnot. But yeah, I have plenty of room. Don't judge. There's the back 3 bedrooms upstairs. There's one downstairs. And if you ever come over, I have room for you. You can have whatever you want in the house. You're my brother. I don't give a shit who your mother was. I love her because she made you. And you can stay here for as long as you want. If you want to go see Shasta, you come here, you stay with me. I'll drive you down to Shasta and I'll show you the oddities. Well, we'd have to have a week to show you, just to bypass them all. Like, hey, look, hey, there's the mounds. Hey, look, here's this. Here, it's crazy.
That's all good. I love that. I appreciate that too. And I'm going to take you up on that. I'm a guy, I love to hit the road, and I'm a road guy. So you're going to find me up that way at some point when I can get the time and the funds. It's all about gas right nowadays. As long as you got gas, as long as the gas tank is full, you can go anywhere. The sky's the limit. That's the kind of guy I am. So yeah, Jennifer wants to know. Jennifer's asking, is he inviting us over?
Hey, I'll tell you what, if you guys want, and so I have my own private, shit. Well, I'll just show you. If you can find out where I live, you already know it's in Klamath Falls. Let me do this. Let me grab a flashlight. So if you can do this, I'll tell you what. My wife's going to be pissed. Here we go. All right. Let me grab one of these and that and that. This is going to be great. Grab one of these. All right. You ready? So you know what the inside of the house looks like. You know the outside of the house is blue because you saw it already. And Rob, I'll give you my address. I don't care. So we're going to go outside. And we're going to turn on the flashlight. And yes,
We might have lost him. Last time I talked to Grant, we were losing him outside.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, we got you a little grainy, but we got you back a little bit.
All right.
Okay, there you are.
Let me get you off of Wi-Fi.
And while you're doing that, shout out to Space Out Radio, Dave Scott, for the love here with the super chat saying Rob G likes using the word pork as a noun. Okay. And then also showing that Rob G likes ham and pineapple pizza, which I do. I just had some the other day, a couple days ago. Dave Scott knows me well. Thanks for your support there, Davey. Oh, Davey boy. Appreciate you.
All right. Now this flashlight sucks. But here, do you see it?
No, can't see.
No.
Oh, wait. Okay. We can see your hand was covering the camera. Now we can see.
All right. So there is a marina out in front of my house. This is the lake.
Wow.
And if anybody looks up Klamath Lake, they'll see this. And there is a marina. There we go. In front of my house. So find me. But before you just come over, please let me know. It's slippery, even with bare feet.
What kind of fishing do you have there? What's in the lake?
Oh, we have very little bass, but we have a lot of trout.
Yeah.
The coolest thing we have is white sturgeon. I only caught, or I didn't catch it, but I caught a hold of one, and I was in a 17-foot drift boat, a Luma Well drift boat, which is not on the water right now because it's frozen. And then I was, gosh, man, this must have been 2 years ago. And I think I told Dave about it too. But there was a night that I got off the show, and I went out in the middle of the lake on the boat at like 1 a.m, and I was this is stupid, but excuse me, I had cheddar dogs, just the cheddar cheese dogs that you buy in the store.
Yep.
That's all they had. So I put a little couple on a treble, threw it out there, had the music going, had the lights off. There's no police on this lake after 5 o'clock at night, so you can do whatever you want on this lake. And because I live on it, I can literally just go out there with a 12-pack and just go enjoy the night. Well, this night I had about 2 beers in, 2 or 3 little chunks of cheddar sausage on this treble hook, and I caught something, and I only had 8-pound line. And in this 8-pound line, it dragged my boat with me because I was trying to catch whatever this was. It drug us until the line snapped, and I didn't know at the time that we had white sturgeon in the lake. And I was like, what the heck is that, dude? Like, I didn't catch a log. There's no logs out there. It's all mush. You can literally, this lake is only like 8 or 14 feet deep all the way across. There's a few 60-footers here and there, but like the average depth of this lake is really shallow. It's huge, but it's really shallow. And I caught this thing, and it drugged me for a while. And I finally, it just snapped my line. The line couldn't handle the tension. And I started asking around. Sure enough, I found out there was white sturgeon in this lake. And I know for a fact that I had hooked one. And it took me for a little bit of a ride.
Yeah.
As much as 8-pound test can do, which wasn't very big, but I mean, it did it.
Yeah, that's crazy that line didn't snap. For people who don't know sturgeon are like freight trains underwater, and they will drag the biggest of boats, and it's really hard to bring them in. You got to have like 30, 40-pound test line to bring something like that in. They're dinosaurs, essentially. Yep. That is crazy.
And
but
I hooked one. That's all. Yeah. I didn't bring him in, so I don't have the glory. But I mean, I know I hooked one.
When I lived in Oklahoma for that 1.5 years, 2 years, we went fishing out there, and I caught the weirdest thing, which was an alligator gar.
Oh yes, those are awesome.
Oh my God. Pulling that out of the water and seeing what that thing was so shocking, because I'm used to catfish, bass, striped bass, a bit largemouth bass, things of that nature, sturgeon even in Sacramento. But yeah, the alligator gar, it has an alligator head, guys, just in case you haven't seen one. It's a fish body with an alligator head. And I caught it on a regular test line. Usually you have to have steel leaders in order to bring those in successfully. But I caught one on regular test line, like 10, 12-pound test line. And it was just crazy. That just goes to show you how we don't, how much crazy stuff we have here on Earth. When we talk about aliens and things like that, an alligator gar is an alien fish to me, literally. Dave Scott, Spaced Out Radio, is saying Grant needs to grow back his mustache. I don't know if you could hear that, Grant, if you're still there. I think he might have froze here. Oh, you're there. Okay. Yeah. Grant's apparently Dave Scott says Grant needs to grow back his mustache. Your power stash.
That stash. Man, hold on a second. I don't know what I'm looking at when it's looking at my daughter and my wife's stuff. I was going to draw one in, but I can't figure any of this out. I mean, I'll try it later. It's easier just to grow it out. I'll do it. It's called the Power Stash. And I actually had it, 2-3 years ago when we went down to Vegas. Let's see, 3 years ago. So we went down to Vegas 3 years ago, and I showed up with a Superman suit that I had custom made by a dealership that I used to work at. Now, Dave, as anybody knows, well, Dave understands dealerships. We'll just put it that way. And so I told him about the owners of the dealership. They had me this custom Superman suit made. So I brought that, and I had a mustache because it's called the Power Stash. And if you look up, if for anybody that wants to go to Vegas, it's amazing, and you can meet us all there. I will definitely get there. Let's see, when are we doing it? March again?
It's in May 1st through 4th, I believe.
Is that Dave's birthday? I think it's Dave's birthday. Wait, no, that's not Dave's birthday. Either way, let's do it because it's going to be one of those fun times. Usually it's at the Nugget. The Nugget is amazing. It's on Fremont Street. I can speak volumes of the first time that I went to the Vegas party, and that's when me and Dave officially met, and that's when I realized that was my brother from another mother, and we had so much fun. And I mean, I spent maybe a little bit too much there, but I mean, it wasn't bad. The rooms for me and my brother who showed up, which is Sexy Dan, if anybody goes back and understands who he is. So for a double queen room and 2 flights there and back to where I live was like, I don't know, it was cheap. It was like $700, something stupid. It was, and that's really good when you're considering, round trip plane flights plus, 2 or 3 nights in a room. It was amazing. And then we had here's some of the cool things. Look at this. Here's some of the swag right here on my refrigerator still. There it is. And oh God, I love it. If anybody wants to join us on any of the Reno or last year was Reno, and that's when I rode my motorcycle. But this was the first year that we went to Vegas, and I picked. God, you can still smell the wood. It's all original wood. These are handmade, and they're beautiful. That was some of the swag. I still have the shirts, and oh God, there was so much. I don't want to give it all away, but let's just say there was more swag than we knew what to do with, and that was as at that time. We were just fans, and we just showed up, and it was absolutely amazing. Dave is if anybody that's watching right now that hasn't met Dave in real life, let me tell you something about him. There is not a better man. He is one of those guys. It's kind of like, okay, Rob, he's like you. You have a personality on media, but you don't change who you are when you're in person. Like you came up to me just like you are right now. You're not BSing anybody. It is your personality that you're representing, and Dave is just like that. He has a lot on his shoulders when he's doing these things because he's trying to orchestrate everything. So he's a little stressy, but he takes the time, as well as you did, to meet everybody and talk to everybody and get to know everybody. And Dave knows my most intimate secrets. He really does. Me and him have come so far, and there's only 2 people in this world from Spaced Out Radio. There's one that I call Bruderschaft. If you guys ever watched Spaced Out Radio and seen Filthy's artwork, so there is a picture somewhere, and if my Bruderschaft is listening, I love you, man. For here and forever, I love you. And there's a picture where we'll just leave it at that. There's a picture, and then but there's many pictures of me and Dave, and that's my other Bruderschaft. We didn't drink and kiss, but I'll tell you right now, and Rob, next year or in a few months, you're going to be my other breeder shop.
That's
Cheers
right.
to you.
Cheers to you, sir. Yeah, you're an awesome person as well, Grant. And that was the whole thing about last year's fan party. The whole motto of the party was, "We want to meet you." It's not about meeting us. We want to meet you, and it's the same thing this year. Although we had to take the fan party aspect out of it, it's still that if you come, and we would like for everyone that can come to come because it is about you. It's about you, the viewer. None of this happens without you. We don't have anyone to talk to if you're not involved. So, this when we get together and we do this, it's not about, there are no egos at Spaced Out Radio, as you could probably tell. You can look around. There are no egos. We are, regular people just like you guys, and you'll find out. Ask Tamok Man. He was there. Tamok Man, and he's awesome. Let me shout out Tamok Man real quick, because this guy would not stop buying me beers the entire time we were there. I mean, every time he walked up to me, Tamok Man had a drink in his hand, double fisted, and he was always bringing me something. And I told him I got him all year this year. So shout out to Tamok Man, and it just shows, the type of viewers that we have, man. And I look around, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a part of Space Out Radio. Is I was doing this before I joined Space Out Radio. I had a unique opportunity to come into this as a viewer of all the shows that are out there, as a actual viewer, and from a viewer's perspective, I was able to sit back and judge each show and see what the qualities were, and kind of go from there. And so I have that unique perspective even now, because I still consider myself a viewer. I'm in the chat every single night as a chat member, and I chat just like everyone else. So, I found that this place is a special place, and I'll leave it like that, because I know a lot of people out there already understand what I'm talking about. It's the chat that brings you in, and then the show obviously excels itself, but the chat is what brings you in and what makes you feel comfortable to participate and engage and come out of your shell. And I think a lot of people do that, within Space Out Radio. It sounds weird because it sounds like I'm just tooting the horn of Space Out Radio, but it's not that. It's that I'm tooting the horn of genuine humans and individuals that take part in this.
Thank you for saying that, because that's exactly what I was going to say. It's so I have the unique background to be a part of Spaced Out Radio as an individual, but before that, I was a fan. Like I was a fanboy. I listened to Jimmy Church. I listened to Grant Cameron. I listened to Nicole Sackage and just all these people, man. And this one guy that I still just can't get past his voice. He, I won't say names, but he has a radio announcer's voice. Like it's like he was talking about baseball his whole life, but it's his natural voice, and I love him to death. But I listened to all these shows as a fan, and then I got the unique opportunity to be a part of Spaced Out Radio, and got to meet Dave, which I think every single one of you should do, and including you, Rob. And if I'm not there, well, maybe I'll be there someday. But here's the deal: there's shows. That's cool. All of us can do that, whether it's me, Rob, Scott, Dave Scott. It doesn't matter. We're all a big family, period. So when I would get on the show every night at that computer set right over there, and I would say hello to everybody before the show, I felt like that was my family, because it literally, they're the ones that are listening to us. They're the ones that give us, there's a lot of times, Rob, I would sit there and I would be speaking my mind on something. And you know how it is when you have this ingrained belief system where you're just like, oh, this is the way it needs to be. And you spout out your belief system on media like we are right now, and then somebody says something in the chat, and I'm like, and and I'm like, dude, that dude is right. He's right, and that's what we are. Is we're a big happy family with all of our belief systems, and all of us can change our minds on how we look at something at any given time. And it's because of you guys that facilitate this, and that way we're not making huge leaps in mankind. We are literally helping each other get to the truth. What are you saying? You're doing wonderful job. Yes. Hey, thank you so much, Jessica. And let me do this the way that I was brought up in this. Jessica S.
Yes.
I love it. And that's the reason why, Rob, you will always be my family.
Yeah. I mean, I love, like I said, I'm a person that I give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I come in, and thanks for coming in, Jessica S. We will definitely see you next time. Thank you so much for your love and support of Space Out Radio and the Social Dig. I just really, you're awesome, and keep being awesome, and have a great 2025. But yeah, it's just I used to be on other shows, and I was searching for a place for myself, because just as far as having somewhere where I could do work on behalf of human beings across the world, regardless where you're from, what race, what background, what walk of life. And I ended up finding that place. But what was scary to me was, when I look at ufology, I would think that ufology is a place where you would find a lot of that. But I looked around and I didn't find much of that. And actually, there was only one place besides my channel where I drive that narrative. The only other place that I've seen out there that where people care about people is Spaced Out Radio. And I when I look in the chat, I see people say that because they come from other chats, and they'll say, "Oh my God, you guys are amazing here!" Like, and it's not it. We're not doing anything special. We're just loving other human beings, and it's crazy that it's so different of an experience when we talk about other shows and hosts that are in this space. And I don't like to call people out by name, because I know everybody knows who is who and who does what and who is in it for what. You know what I mean? And I know we have a real special thing here. I want to see growth. I know we just hit 27,000 subscribers on Space Out Radio last night. And that was the goal that Dave Scott set, for the end of the year. So we actually hit that right on time. It worked out. But I feel like there are shows out there that get so many more views, and it's for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Absolutely. So let's talk about it without saying people's names. So we have a show of this out there, right? That I had subscribed to for many years, where that individual, and Dave Scott, please don't comment in the comment sections, but that individual never put his interviewers on the screen. He just had himself and whatever his background was, and just talked and talked and talked and talked. In fact, it was like 30 minutes of talking before he had somebody come in, right? And he had some pretty special people, actually. I mean, but I still love his platform. It's just, there is that moment where you realize, like, this just doesn't feel like it connects. It doesn't feel like you're speaking to me as a person. Whereas when you get you on the After Hour show and you're like, hey, what do you think, chat? Or what do you think? And you're asking, and you're, because you're cross-referencing people. That is what we're here for. I could talk about another one that I listen to all the time, and I still listen to them, and just because every now and then they come up with great people, and I'm not talking about the Joe Rogans, because everybody listens to him, and I do it if I'm scrolling through Spotify, which, by the way, for anybody that wants to listen to Space Out Radio After Hours, where you can find that on YouTube for free. If you want to listen to the weekday show with Dave Scott, you can find that on Spotify for free, by the way. You can look at all of our archives for free. And the deal is you have these people like Joe Rogan who will talk to, let's go way back to Commander David Fravor. For anybody that hasn't listened to that, do it. I'm not trying to endorse Joe Rogan, but that was the first one that I listened to, with Commander David Fravor. That was an amazing, I listened to it like 3 times in a row. It was crazy. But you are right. This is we're all together. We're not about the show. It is more or less, we just want to open our eyes to what the truth is. We're trying to help each other out, and that is our main purpose. And you're doing it, my man. You're doing a great job at it.
I'm just doing what I can, man. I'm just being me at the end of the day. Like you said, I think being genuine is really key. Being who you are, and showing that it comes from the heart, because you can't fake that. You can't fake caring. People, it's unspoken. It's something that people can pick up on, and and so that I pride myself with that. Just being a genuine person, and really having the goal, a goal that is not a selfless one. Because that's the other thing about it, is that there should be no selflessness in this field, period. Like, we're talking about subjects that affect humanity as a whole, everyone on this planet, whether you tune in or not, this subject affects every single person. And you have to, at the very beginning of this, you have to care about people, and you have to make it not be about you, right? And that's kind of what we do here. But like I said, there's a lot, and where we get a bad rap. This is another thing. While I was in Lou Jimenez's show yesterday, and I was chatting in there with the other chatters, and I'm just telling people in there, because some of the skeptic shows I'm fine with, but just like some of the ufology shows, you have people that stand really hard on one side or the other. So you have extreme skeptics who just don't want to hear anything but there's no such thing as UFOs. But you have extreme believers on our side that will go with anything anyone says without vetting any information. And it's like, okay, those two sides of the conversation, it's hard to move forward unless you have open-minded people on both sides. And when I get into those skeptic chats, that's the kind of message I push out there. Like, yeah, I might be hosting on this side of the conversation, but I'm with you as well on the skeptic side, because questions should be asked, things should be vetted, in order for us to get the answers, regardless. Like I think I told them, I said, stop worrying about who said what, and who's a liar and who's not. And let's focus on what are these weird things in the sky, and get answers for those. Like, that's the mission that we should be on, instead of spending time stopping and engaging in this soap opera back and forth. He lied about this, he lied about that, so don't believe anything he says. I don't believe that that's the case. We've all lied at some point in time in our lives. We've all probably done things that we're not so proud of within our lives. So does that mean that we don't have credibility going forward? I don't think that's the case. I think you can feel people, and you can feel whether or not someone's being genuine or not. You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Let me put it this way. I had a moment and Dave, if you're listening, you know I'm speaking the truth. There was a guy that had this piece of freaking wood, and it had all this weird anagrams on it or whatever. I don't remember. There was all this weird stuff, and I was trying to get a hold of Dave. I was trying to get a hold of this person. I even tried to get a hold of Jimmy Church, and I got sucked into this, right? And this is when I didn't know how to vet really well, and I was just gung ho on everything, and I made a mistake that day, and I besides the fact that I didn't have patience to talk to Dave about it, and it was a very humbling experience actually, because I at that moment Dave's like, oh well what'd you do? And I fibbed about it, and I was like, well, I did this, I did that, and because I was embarrassed, and because I did something I shouldn't have done, I tried to contact other people that I shouldn't have contacted, but Dave was like, hey, I know you did it, it's fine, like, just don't worry about it, I love you. I'm like, oh, well, thank you. And because I admitted it, I'm like, hey man, I don't know what to do, I don't know what I'm doing. And he's like, you don't, and this is the craziest thing, he's like, you don't have to worry about what other people say. If you see it, you saw it. If other people see it, you vet it. You don't have to believe everything that crosses the desk. You know what I mean? You got to take it with a grain of salt, and you got to look into it. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. It's no big deal. And he's like, I still love you, and everything's fine. And I realized at that moment that, like, he is on board with everything that we do. He vets the crap out of everything. I don't have that kind of time, but here's another thing I want to just put out there. We're here to listen to your story. Okay, I got a story, right? And mine started at 5 years old, and that was a story that is ingrained in me. I can see it to this day as it was like a movie that I watch every day. And we're here to listen to it. You're not going to be belittled or put down. We want to hear it. It's because that furthers us. We're taking baby steps here, and we're all family in this. And it took Dave Scott to literally beat it into me, so to speak. And I finally got it. And I was like, okay, I get you. I get where you're coming from. And here's the deal. What's happening in the U.S. is not just happening in the U.S. It's happening globally. And I wish I would listen to Dave a little bit earlier in life and realized a little bit more. But I'm going to tell you right now, guys, every single one of you are my brother and sisters. And I would love to hear from every single one of you, even though you don't have my contact information. Actually, you do if you go back in the archives. But I want what we're doing here not to be about us, because it doesn't matter. I don't matter, right? I got my own stories. I'm just human. And Rob, you're just human, and you're my brother. And if anybody ever wants to fight you, just let me know, and I'll come take care of that for you. But anyways, no, but seriously, we are all brothers and sisters, and whatever story you have, please share it with us. And if you want to be on the show, you have to ask Rob, because he is my sensei.
Man, I'm totally open. I've tried to create avenues, and still am doing, where I have a show, my experience with the phenomenon, where it's especially made for the viewers, and it's solely for them. It's not for the bigger names in ufology. It's for the viewers out there that have had experiences, solely for them. And we'll keep doing that. I know they like that. Also, we have the late night call-in show that we do here on the Social Dig, where we do the same thing. Viewers get to come on stage and just talk about what they want to talk about. And you kind of get that. And here's one thing that keeps happening, and this is why I know it's the right thing to do, is that you have people that always say, this is my first time talking about this. This is my first time being able to speak out about this. And it's therapeutic for a lot of people. And, I'm a person that believes that all stories should be documented and told. Like, there is never a situation where you should be holding your experience in. Get it out. Just put it on the record, because at the very least, telling that story may help that next person do the exact same thing. And I'm going to put together a reel where we have a lot of the viewers that are here tonight that have come forward and talked about their experiences, and hopefully that just leads to so much more afterwards.
Let me say another thing too. For anybody that is scared to come forward, okay, there is millions of people like you that are scared to come forward. Okay, I was one of them. I did it because of Grant Cameron, and actually Bob Lazar, who's, well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so it's one of those things where if you had an experience, we'd love to hear it, because I agree with Grant Cameron in this one aspect, well, in a few, but the experiencers are the ones that are telling the story. They're the ones that are getting our footsteps closer and closer to the truth. Because what happens is you have all these media outlets and government agencies, and they're trying to control the narrative. No, that's they have the smoking gun, of course, but we're the ones experiencing it. And we need to come together. We need to coalesce into a group of individuals that know, for like, hey, look, this is what happened to me. I don't care how far out it is. Trust me, mine's far freaking out. I'm 5 years old and I seen alien gray come through my window. Mine is far freaking out. I'm not kidding you. And I was only allowed to watch black and white Popeye and Mickey Mouse at the time. Like, I should never have seen a gray alien coming through my window.
Right.
But here's the deal. Doesn't matter how far out it is. You have family. You have people that understand. You have people that are here for you. You have people that are like-minded, people that will take care of you in this particular aspect of your life. We're not going to degrade you. We're not going to put you down. We're not going to laugh at you, scold you. We're going to listen to you and hold you with open arms. And Rob, your social dig is amazing. I inhaled some saliva. Sorry. Human life. Anyways, yeah, no. If you got something to say, get a hold of Rob, right? Rob, do you have a email or something that people can directly get a hold of you?
Yeah, I have actually the show. I have a phone number that anyone can call at any time and leave a message, which is 856-843-3444. And that's 856-THE-DIG. You can call that 24/7. I've had people recently who have left messages, and we'll get back to that as well. But you can do it that way, or you can email me at Mr. Rob G, as you see on the screen, Mr. Rob G @gmail.com. Or if you want to come on the show, Book Social Show @gmail.com. And just come on and let's talk about it. Let's get it out your system, and who knows where you'll go from there. You may start your own show. I mean, it's things like that and moments like that that kind of catapult a person into something else that they should be doing in regards to this subject. And you just don't know what your potential is. Like I said, for myself, I've been led into all these positions. I didn't search these things out. I just knew that I wanted to do something to benefit humanity, and then I let God take the wheels, a lot of people say. And I just allowed doors to open, and here and now I'm in this position, and who knows what will happen next. I don't know. But this is where I'm at now, and this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to do this to the highest level as long as humanity needs it. You know what I mean? So hey, I'm all in. And at 2025, you would think this is for me for Space Out Radio. I'm about a year and a half in. Started September of 2023, so about a year and almost a year and a half. And I feel like just as invigorated as I did day one of starting my own show. So that just lets me know that when people say when you love what you do, it's not work. And that's kind of how I feel about it, because when I see the chats and I see the messages in the chat and I see the hope that people have and the appreciation, it really drives me to want to raise the bar for you, the viewer. That is going to continue to happen here in 2025, and it's going to be awesome. The sky's the limit. Dave Scott knows this. Dave Scott, we always talk behind the scenes. Dave Scott is one of those genuine guys, and he wants to see this thing through too. If you recall, about a year ago, he considered hanging it up in year 10. He considered this being the end of Spaced Out Radio, and you can't even get him to say that nowadays, because he is totally on board and really understands where we need to go. And so that's why I love everybody that I work with and everyone that comes to view the show. And that wild card has a meaning. What does it mean?
That wild card has meaning because exactly what you said. I remember when Dave was talking about hanging it up, but I mean, he understands, and as well as everybody else. Let's just put it in perspective. Rob, you ever had something that you just couldn't think you could get through?
Have I? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So everybody that's listening to this, have you ever been through an experience that you just felt like it's the end of the world, and you don't think you can get through it, right? So that's the same thing. You take that breath. You take that next step, right? And that's where we're at. We're all taking that next step. Some more than others. And for any of you out there that need some help, just, feel free to get a hold of us. Even though it's harder to get a hold of me than anybody else. But I mean, if you look back, you can still get a hold of me. But if you have an experience, if you think that 2025 is going to be a shit show, if there's something that you feel that needs to be, documented or is congruent with everything that is on social media, let us know. You got Rob G's information. You have Dave Scott's information. You can, do the Spaced Out Radio. I now am drawing a blank on the actual Gmail address for it at the moment, but either way, doesn't matter. You all are important, period. We're all important, okay? Just don't let that go, because we are going through the best times in the last 100 years, actually 8,000 years.
There you go.
We are going through the best times. And you have my brother that is right there. Let me get the camera straight there.
This guy right here.
Yeah, my brother to talk to. So come on out. Let's listen to the story. You have And I thought better of this, but you have no better people to listen to this story than us. And especially when it comes to Rob. And I don't want to say anybody behind the scenes, even though even then they would listen to you. So if you find Filthy and you, for some reason, say, hey, you know what, I want to get a hold of Filthy. Well, he has a YouTube page, by the way. It's not anywhere on the screen at the moment, unfortunately. But you can get a hold of him, and he would tell Dave. And Dave would listen to your story. And he's a great advocator. And he would tell you, okay, this is what you're seeing. This is what it is. Like, don't be scared. We're here for you. Well, SOR is here for you. I'm here for you as long as you can get a hold of me. And I will support SOR till my dying days, 100%. And Rob, I need you.
Yeah, and you know you got me, man. And I was just about to point out, this is actually I got you on like 2 times within the last few weeks, man. So there's an accomplishment there. And so I'm glad that you were open to it and just ready to jump on in. I'm just really appreciate that. And you know I love it. You know I'm waiting for the day. So we'll do this again as well on after hours. I'm trying to think of something. I'm gonna run it by you pretty soon here. So we'll talk about that. And outside of that, do you want to? Well, I guess go ahead and leave the audience with something inspirational for this coming year.
This coming year is going to be amazing. Whether I don't care about your political beliefs or anything else, but I believe that within the next coming year, we're going to be so close to the truth. That's all I care about. I don't care who the president is and all that bullshit. My biggest thing is we already have confirmation that there's something out there. And when I say out there, I remember you used to talking about this. I don't know if it's extraterrestrial versus interterrestrial. And it's looking more nowadays as interterrestrial, which would be great as long as it's not our, military industrial complex. But for 2025, I want to take away this. I want all of us to pay attention to the subtleties of what's going on in the Senate and the military and how silent they've been, and just keep following up. When it comes to 2025 as an individual, me to you and your families, I hope you have a great year. I look forward to seeing every one of you prosper and do the things that you need to do to help your family, because I'm in the same position. I mean, I do the same things. And I got a dog over here. Don't listen to the sounds he's making. Anyways, I love every one of you. Just be yourselves, and patience and time is a big thing. When you have something that seems like it's detrimental, time, and I hate to say this because it's a huge cliche. I hate the fact that it's the biggest cliche. Time is one of those things that heals everything. If you're mad or you have an experience that you can't get out, sleep on it. Think about it. Give it a moment. Talk to the right people. And if you don't know who the right people are, call all of them. Get that. You have an itch that you need to scratch, man. Scratch that itch. Call all of them, whether it's Rob or Dave or whoever. Just do what you need to do. But 2025 is a year of excellence.
because you're still alive. You have 10 toes down, whether it's in the snow or in the sand or in the beach. Doesn't matter where you're at, you're still alive, and you're still focusing on moving forward. And when it comes to moving forward, it doesn't matter whether it's your job, your family, just move forward, man. That's all that matters. Be you, be personable, be somebody that you would love to be friends with.
Definitely.
Hope to see you in Vegas. Anyways, I love you all. Dave, if you're still listening, give me a call, not tomorrow, maybe the next day. And Rob, you let me know whatever you need. I got you. And by the way, anybody that can find my house, give me a warning. You're going to be here, and I will facilitate that. And then Rob, you're welcome here any day.
I appreciate that, Grant Tavius Max, and I will be holding you up to that, man. Thank you so much for making this awesome New Year's, man. And a lot of people out here are loving you and really appreciate it. We will be talking soon. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing wrapped up. So I'll talk to you probably later on today.
All right. Love you, brother.
All right, Grant. Love you too, man. Take care. All right, guys. Grant Tavius Max in the building, guys, right here on the Social Dig, and also simultaneously being broadcast on Spaced Out Radio. A lot of love, and it's just what it is, right? I mean, it's no secret that this is the feeling and the mood that you get over at Spaced Out Radio, and it's not really. I'm not here to. It might seem like I'm just saying all this stuff but this, if you've ever come to a show, whether it's at the Social Dig or whether it's over at Spaced Out Radio, you understand what we're talking about. You understand that it's not just something that we're saying here. And it's awesome to be able to spend this time with you guys, bringing in the new year, because with the new year comes new hope, new dreams, new aspirations. Not every resolution gets fulfilled within the year. It's a hope. It's something you shoot for, a goal. And I just hope that if whatever you didn't achieve in 2024, you achieve in 2025. You put that energy out there in order to receive that energy back. I'm a big believer in it. I've seen it happen. I know it's a real thing. And that's what we'll do until we get to where we want to get, right? That's why we'll have these shows continuing on. I know Dave Scott has a show later on today with Bigfoot Michigan Rob. I saw that being posted in the chat by Paramar. So guys, make sure you go and check Dave out over there. Also, I have an archive show that'll be airing over on Spaced Out Radio later on today. I have it set for the morning, but I'll probably kick it out more to the evening, to normal airing time. And then the show that was supposed to air tonight, that for some reason YouTube blacked out, which could be because of the topic. I don't know. I got to investigate that. But it is our Scientology, The Cult of Scientology, parts 1 and 2. I kind of fit them together into one episode. So I'm going to go ahead and re-upload that and try to set that for sometime during early in the day tomorrow. I'll give you something to watch. Maybe you're with family or with a group of friends. And it's a really good show. If you were able to catch either one of them, we put them into one episode, and I'll be doing that. Once again, this doesn't happen without you guys. I really appreciate all the support that we have tonight and just always. And let me go through and give shout outs here, because we had Karen in the Woo Train with the awesome super chat tonight. We also had W. Decker, West Decker, step in the building with the awesome super chat. We appreciate your love and support of both Spaced Out Radio and the Social Dig. And welcome to the show. We appreciate you as well. Thanks for your support. Richard Minnick, thanks for your support there, saying Happy New Year's. We have Spaced Out Radio, Dave Scott, just showing all types of love, talking about Rob G likes ham and pineapple pizza because I do. I just ate it the other day with sausage, not just ham and pineapple, but some sausage on there too, sir. As well as Rob G likes using the word pork as a noun. Pork is awesome. But you can never turn down a good bacon BLT. So love that and love the support there as well. Grant says he will grow back his power stash there, Dave Scott. And Rob G puts a lemon twist in his root beer. I don't know about that. I don't know. I'll try it though, Dave. Just for you, I'll try it. Appreciate you. Also, Big Dog 5758, quick pass by, but have a great 2025. Hope to see some of you in Vegas. Yeah, we hope to see as many of you as well in Vegas as well, because we had the best time in Reno. I wasn't able to go to the previous Vegas event because I actually went out to Catalina Island that year. But I will be there this year, and I would love to meet any of you guys that want to show up. Let's have a drink. Let's just hang out. Let's talk about whatever it is you want to talk about in Vegas this May. And also, here's that link Paramarvin posted for Bigfoot Michigan Rob with Dave Scott later on today, 6 p.m. Eastern, so that's 3 p.m. Pacific. So I'll make sure that the show I air doesn't conflict with that time schedule. And yeah, we'll just have an awesome New Year's Day. We'll be right back in the saddle. Dave Scott will be back on Thursday and Friday. And then I'll be back for the weekend with the after hours, getting it back in and really raising the bar, as we have stated before. I want to thank everyone for coming on out. You guys are so awesome. I want you to enjoy the rest of your night. If you are out somewhere and you have to get home, be safe. And we will see each other soon. Outside of that, you guys have a great rest of your night. Take care.